Here we go.
Who is this was it Sayaka, my Junko, Enoshima?
No, that's wrong. Junko.
Psychic.
Wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
And the similarities match? Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab for however long before being dragged out again. Only this time, it was presented as the corpse of one Mukuro Ikusaba.
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... what does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9. Which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the Mastermind?
Who is it? Who's behind all this?
We already know the answer to that. It's Mukuro. She's still alive. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was the one who died. So Mukuro is still alive. She's gotta be. Total silence? Then I must be right. I'm right, aren't I?
Mukuro alive? The one that's still alive is Mukuro? But can we really believe that? I don't know what it is.
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro.
I don't even know why I shot that.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was her. So the Mastermind's true identity is...
What do you say, Monokuma?
Why can you...
The body we... It wasn't... Then she's still... That's right.
I actually don't know what it is.
Mastermind's true identity is... Mukuro!
Shoot!
The body we...
It wasn't
Mukuro!
Then she's still... That's right.
So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro!
That's kind of what I thought.
Shoot! I refuse to give up
Alright,
yet!
how far is it gonna take me back? Oh, nice. Okay. I don't know what it is.
The body we found in the garden.
It wasn't... Then she's still... That's right.
So the Mastermind's true identity is Mukuro!
Shoot!
The body.
Wait, unless...
It wasn't. Then she's still alive? That's right. She made it.
So the Mastermind's true?
Identity is.
What do you say, Monica?
The body we.
It wasn't Mukuro!
Freaking crap, what is it?
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Shoot!
The body we.
It wasn't Mukuro!
Oh my gosh.
Shoot!
The body we found in the garden.
It wasn't Mukuro!
Finally.
No, it's wrong! No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her records. Right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 97 pounds. Everything in her profile is consistent with that corpse.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir tattoo. So there's no...
But
Nope.
if Mukuro's not the mastermind, then who's actually still alive?
Someone made it look like they died, but they're actually still alive. There's only one person it could be. Only one. Isn't that right, Lee?
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you sure about that?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only
heck
other
is that?
explanation. But we saw her get impaled. She died right before our very eyes. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was dead, did you not?
Now that you mention it. Dead. I did check absolutely, and I can say
She
for
was
sure.
dead. There's no question. Junko was dead.
So, the idea that she's still alive.
It must be wrong.
Then you're withdrawing your previous statement?
I know you gave it your best shot, but too bad. I guess your conclusion was a dud.
Kyoko? No.
Too bad, too bad.
This case hasn't been decided just yet.
Oh?
Who would have guessed that was gonna happen?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No,
Nah.
of course not. There's no way I'd give up that easy.
Okay, what is going on? Okay, gamers, if you can hear like a ton of freaking background noises, sorry, I tried my best to, quiet them all, but this is freaking rough. Like, there's just the sound of beating people to death on the outside.
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the problem standing in your way? Junko absolutely died. Mukuro absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right? There can't be any kind of survivor story.
I think we need to look at this from the opposite direction.
Huh? The opposite direction?
Let's assume Junko is still alive. If so, how could she have survived?
How could Junko have survived? No, she died. But she was still alive somehow. Could it be that Junko's not the one that died? It wasn't Junko, but someone else entirely. Maybe she used some sort of hangman's gambit. I don't know what it is. Red. Oh, it's probably a replacement. Replace. Got him.
Now I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switched places?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got someone to take her place. Specifically, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Then that would make it Mukuro's corpse that showed up later.
Which is why the body's height and weight and everything match Mukuro's profile, right?
I don't know anything about this switching places thing, but... that had to be Junko who got stabbed to death, right?
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to die? Like she used some kind of ninja replacement technique?
Probably.
Good point. There's just no way they could have switched like that. So maybe the whole idea is wrong.
There has to be some way. Need to figure out how to explain how they could have switched. They switched at the beginning.
I got it!
And that makes
Two
most
of
logical
them
sense.
may have switched places from the very beginning.
It's like we don't know what the regular one looks like.
From the beginning?
Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been Mukuro.
Hold on. So, you're saying the Junko we first met was actually Mukuro all along?
It makes sense.
Then we'd already met her?
I had, like, a normal conversation with her.
When we first met, none of us knew who anyone else was. So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them to switch places from the very beginning.
Wait, but Mukuro had a tattoo on the back of her hand, right? Junko never had any tattoo like that, did she?
She could have hidden it with foundation or something like that.
Yeah.
If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails found on the hands of Mukuro's body. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
Yeah.
But if she really did use foundation...
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto.
But too bad for you, Monokuma. You can't deny it anymore.
Wait, so this whole thing was a setup from the very beginning?
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan to be sure, making it look like Mukuro was Junko.
The reason such an elaborate plan was possible is because the two of them were working together.
So Mukuro, the ultimate despair, teamed up with someone like her. In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko herself was also the ultimate despair.
What's wrong? Lost the will to fight back?
I think he's just afraid.
Afraid? What's that mean, afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense. Junko's my secret identity? As if.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect her identity? When did I do that?
So he still refuses to admit it, but he can try to deceive us all he wants, it doesn't matter. Because I've already figured it out. He tried to hide Junko's identity, and not once, but twice. The first time was during our latest investigation. Yes.
Shoot!
Okay, I know one of them is this. This?
I got it!
Let's go!
While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster.
Oh yeah, it turned off. It wasn't just the monitor. The DVD player itself had apparently turned off. Which of course meant that the DVD was playing it wasn't playing over.
You made sure I couldn't finish watching the video. And the reason you did that is because you didn't want me to see the real Junko, did you?
Oh, yeah! If everyone was in that video, of course Junko would have had to show up!
And if Makoto saw the real Junko, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke!
It wasn't a fluke. The Mastermind definitely orchestrated the power outage. It's not the only time they try to hide Junko's identity. The Mastermind tried to cover up one other piece of evidence. I gotta regret. Another? Dang, these arguments.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Reload. Oh, Rick.
Punishment is waiting for you. I'm not listening. What are you even talking about?
Can I get a no damage one? No freaking damage.
That's impossible!
Frick, group photo. Boom.
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo.
You know it.
Uh-oh.
I noticed it just a little while ago, when we were all comparing the photos we'd gotten. In all the photos, there's a certain similarity, an unusual circumstance.
What's so unusual about them?
Unusual circumstance. Common to all these pictures? Junko's
I
face.
got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every single photo is that you can't see her face. It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think?
I think a little bit.
And on top of that, in this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly visible. So in other words, at that point, the two of them hadn't switched yet. With all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything
Xanadu?
Makoto said is true.
Xanadu? Is it actual?
Junko and Mukuro switched places before we met either of them.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died, and is still
And the real Junko.
alive.
And she's the one behind this whole murderous situation. This killing game. She's the true mastermind and the ultimate despair.
Heck yeah.
Xanadu times 2!
Xanadu times 2.
With this, the identity and the crimes of the Mastermind have been exposed.
No! Wait! Hold on!
Oh wait, for Kevin, recording. Okay, gamers. Okay, this is pain. So, like... Okay. So let me just say, okay, so... I'm after the no wait hold on line because I lost a little bit of footage, and the thing is, I had to re-record it because I'm not just gonna leave out important, crucial story parts, but I had to redo the entire trial. And also, I'm sorry that listening to it, I was way freaking quiet. I hope I'm still not, but I lost, like, I had to redo the whole freaking trial, and it was pain. That's just what I have to say, and I got pretty freaking far, and now I have to, whatever, you'll find out.
There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything, right now.
Like, even freaking this, I got way past this, now I have to re-record it all, which is pain. But I mean, now I can make it look like I just do an oh wait, I shouldn't speedrun it so you guys can see, like you can, oh wait, no, you can see it in the reenactment, so I can speedrun it, because I'm gamer. And that just goes to show how gamer I was. Alright.
The killer is you! We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, right after we all arrived here.
Okay. Okay. Makoto, why is he sweating? First, I need to ask. Secondly, Byakuya. Oh yeah.
But that wasn't the real Junko. The girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's place. And that girl's name was Mukuro Ikusaba. But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in a biolab, which had been converted into a morgue, until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, She wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive and hiding somewhere inside the school. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place.
Just a brief split second of being happy as just mass concern, and then...
Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she was able to destroy any remaining evidence. She needed to hide the body's true identity. She had to make sure we didn't find out it was actually the same person we'd met in the beginning. This is the truth behind Mukuro's murder. And the one who carried it all out is the true mastermind. The one controlling Monokuma. The real Junko Enoshima! That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, what do you? I agree.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out of this, so don't even try.
Come on! It's time you finally revealed yourself!
It's not like you're an endangered species or something. How long do you plan to keep hiding?
Give it up, Junko. The game's over.
Over? Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong! There's still plenty more to go!
Bruh.
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear.
True. Okay, okay.
If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with half of the entire world! We've even drawn up the deed already! We will grant you honor, status, in some of our home cooking!
Let's freaking go.
Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Okay.
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you.
That's some quality voice acting. Alright, now that the mastermind's been revealed though, I can finally comment on why do Hina's shorts have Monokuma eye on them? Like, she wore this to the school. It's not like... It's not... Like, it makes her seem a little suspicious when she's got that on her shorts, but like... But why? It's not like...
It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play.
This is the mastermind? She's the real... Well, I have to make sure no one's around so I don't accidentally say spoilers really loud. Junko Enoshima?
Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know?
The voice acting is just too good.
Your face!
Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined.
Okay, also, what the freak just happened? She was British, and now she's just... American? Sure, we'll go with that.
I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you.
Oh. You don't think maybe it's because, you know... You have? Kind of? No, I do remember. I'm sure I've seen it. Was it... before? I mean, they're still talking about the magazines and
That's
like,
right.
yeah.
It was before I ever came to this school.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing a magazine cover.
The magazines. Magazines,
And-
you get them.
You were on it.
Yeah. Wait, why is she wearing an
Wow,
eye patch?
you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
You've got a pretty good voice actor. I guess that's why you didn't make it until now.
So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began...
I've seen her on tons of magazines. Oh? Oh, well, the photos weren't actually what I look like in real life. They're just really, photoshopped.
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was a different person all along.
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But there's just no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins.
Twins?
Twins!
I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud. That was Mukuro. The younger sister, smart and cute. That was...
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima!
Yep, that's about...
And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Sure.
Whoa! She's a totally different person now!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself!
Well, anything that makes you not sound like you did before is fine with me.
But if you're twins, why do you have different last names?
Yeah, that makes a bit of sense.
Oh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit?
Yeah.
Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
I mean, the only logical thing I can think of is, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's what everyone can logically think of, is just they both lived with a different parent, so one of them took their mother's maiden name and the other one took the father's last name. That's all I can think of. Which is... Yeah, I mean, if it was a story like cannonballs blasting through space and then we
But
created Vortex
if she was your twin,
to get
that
a different
means
last name.
you killed your own sister?
Oh yeah.
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. The so-called Mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Mukuro to perform such duties. Because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such a disappointment. So, I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the three atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive.
Oh, but I gotta check something. Okay, it's good.
It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society.
We do live in one.
Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status has an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste.
And that's why you switched identities?
Sure.
Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause.
I'm not gonna lie. My girl Junko was a bit better so far. I mean, she at least didn't talk in a boring freaking tone like half the time.
She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines.
Then again, Mukuro Junko did only have 44 seconds of voice acting, which is like not a lot.
Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away.
Oh!
Which is precisely why I killed her. To meet everyone's expectations.
Nah, she died way too freaking early. Like, at least let her participate in one chapter.
That can't be your only reason, can it?
Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored.
But you did it literally the same day. 2 other people died. You killed someone on the same day 2 freaking people died. That's like what? It was like 3 hours after freaking Blue Girl. I don't know why I didn't say her name. Saika died.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know?
What is even happening? What the frick?
If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring.
What the heck?
So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro to make a little point.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal.
Why is no one even talking about the whole Why is no one freaking talking about that? They just don't even care. Like, I mean, they already brought it up before, but like now they're not just like, what are you doing?
Just as I suspected. When Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Oh, she did say this wasn't supposed to. Huh? This wasn't supposed to. Why me?
So, you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Mukuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think?
No.
How can you talk like that?
Now he's finally asking, just like, how? How do your vocal cords do that? How? He's finally asking the real questions. Just, how can you talk like that? What the heck are you doing? What the frick? He's really out here being truth. He's being truth. I need to grab the pretzel. Alright, that was munchy yum, alright.
You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you?
What? I sacrificed her? That's what's got you so hot under the collar? Jeez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So we never had any kind of hope or expectations. Nope, I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair.
Byakuya just not phased.
So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kinds of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair, So when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret.
So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it?
That's not true at all.
Oh, thank freaking goodness, we've got another one of these voices.
We were twins.
Mushrooms.
How could I not be sad?
Why is there mushrooms? I don't know.
That's why it gets me so excited.
Okay, guys, actually let me know if this is like an anime thing, because I don't really know. Does this happen frequently, or is this just like just for this circumstance? Because if it's a common thing of like mushrooms, then like sure. But if it's not, then why the frick does she have mushrooms growing out of her head and hair?
Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair. You can't help but put a super in front of it.
Super Mario Bros. Sukiku Saba.
It's like super, 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 super despair. No, more than that.
Nintendo takes down this video because I said Super Mario Bros.
Super, 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 super despair.
Sometimes when lines like this happen, the only thing you can do is just imagine what the frick the voice actor was thinking in the recording booth. Just like, what the heck is this?
It just feels so good.
Again, Exhibit A, but now applied again.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else, she must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Never thought Kyoko would have ended up saying that word at any point in this game, but here we are.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts!
They're not.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right?
You're making the weak kill the weak right here.
So, I'm hopelessly attractive, hopelessly brilliant, hopelessly athletic.
Okay, so my PC's on, and, like, the screen's not on, so I don't know what just went down, but I accidentally freaking put my feet down, and the keyboard was on the floor. Why? I don't know, but I just stepped on all the keys, and I don't know what's gonna happen now.
I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Because on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood.
True.
Don't you mean had that noble blood?
Had?
What did you just say?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you guys are so slow!
Monokuma Junko.
You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer, so how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
That's not like Quark's voice actor from the second Zero Escape game. I think it is. Whoa. Okay, never mind. I was thinking about Zero Escape and I had a bra moment, but haven't Let's Played the Zero Escape series yet, so yeah.
Damn straight! That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries.
That's gotta go in the top 4 favorite lines. Top 4 lines so far. That one, I'm fishing, searching, and no, I am not effing with you from Byakuya Togami.
And then, we'll have our victory!
I can't wait!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken, and those interviews, it must mean... I got it! It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
No fair! At least give us a hint!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us, and what they must be related to. Motive?
I got it!
There we go.
You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important.
This voice.
It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners.
What if I got it wrong? And then...
So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
A theme?
Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
People. Human connections.
I got it!
International relations.
The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval.
Okay! Time for the next question! So, what was the theme for the second motive?
Secrets. The past.
I got it! It was our past, right?
Yep.
Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Yeah!
Yep.
And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
The whole freaking time.
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
Money. Greed.
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain!
Have I been recording? Frick, not again. Why does this always... Okay, here we go.
Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go.
Sweet cheeks.
Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
The motive, betrayal... Yeah?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships? Secrets? Money? Betrayal? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the Seed of Despair.
Seed of despair?
Yep.
Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the Seed of Despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories.
I just randomly thought at the time when I was playing Fall Guys and got so freaking mad that I was like, wow! And my PS4 controller was connected to the PS4, and I freaking flew across the room, and the PS4 just flew off the table and went flying onto the freaking floor. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
How so?
You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope?
And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway!
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings never would have taken place. That is why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right?
What? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really?
Then hurry up and tell us. Okie dokie. Like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world?
You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You wanna see what's out there? Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I wanna see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame! Behold, the world beyond the school walls! This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.